Hey guys, what's going on? So we all know that mages are pretty much king of gold making in Classic right now. They're really good at AoE farming, and they also provide really fast and efficient boosts for low level players in dungeons. In the Burning Crusade, we do get the AoE cap nerf, and we also get changes to spell batching. So I wanted to kind of discuss that in today's video because a lot of people, including myself, kind of thought that mage boosting would definitely die down and that paladins might kind of become the new kings and queens of the boosting scene. So I wanted to test this out on the beta. I wanted to kind of go through the boosts that we see in the game right now, and I did that with the current AoE cap in place on the beta and also the changes to spell batching. So as you can see, I'm just doing the very first boost on Horde side, which would be RFC. And RFC is normally used between level 8 all the way up to sometimes level 20. Some people leave earlier to go do SFK. But anyways, this is showing that it can be done in one pull. One thing I will note about doing this pull right now is obviously the spell batching feels just much better. Obviously, as soon as you put down a blizzard, it's ticking. You're not having to worry about that kind of delay between when you cast it to when the mobs actually slow down. So it makes controlling the mobs much easier. And I kind of feel like also when I show you clips of the later dungeons that this alone kind of makes up for the AoE nerf. So as you can see, I was able to kill all the mobs in the dungeon. Now, when I do this on retail right now, I can kill the mobs with a Flame Strike and Cone Cold, maybe one Arcane Explosion to kill off the higher level mobs. Obviously, my gear is not the best, but my gear is decent enough that that's about how long it takes. Whereas on the beta, it definitely took me quite a bit longer to kill them, but overall, not much of a difference. Now, as we go over to Shadowfang Keep, this is, again, just the way I pull Shadowfang Keep. The pull ends up being around 10 minutes, so even not doing it in like a massive pull like this, still will hit instance lockout. I just feel like this is a better way of doing it. I don't know. I think this is how most people do it, but I'm definitely no mage pro, but I just kind of wanted to show you. Now, we also have to think about dungeons kind of as a whole and not think about them in very specific cases. So what I mean by this is, yeah, if you have a level 70 paladin go in and one pull, let's say Scarlet Monastery, maybe the paladin can do it faster than the mage. However, as a mage, the one thing that you bring to the table is being able to do this efficiently and quickly at level 60. So I still think that ideally for lower level boosts, if you want to make a good amount of gold doing this, you should keep a mage at level 60 to boost up, characters or for gold's sake. The reason why is because obviously as a level 70 in a group, your whole party is going to get less XP than if you have a level 60 in the group. And because you only can do 5 dungeons in 1 hour, or you'll just hit the dungeon lockout, there's really no point in being able to clear the dungeon quicker. If anything, it's better to obviously stay close to the cap, but maximize XP. That's why actually, if you think about it, the best thing to do would be to have maybe a level 40 mage clear RFC, because RFC is doable at a lower level, and this would maximize group XP. So you have to think about all these things. Yes, a 70 paladin might be able to clear these dungeons faster, but is it going to be as efficient in terms of XP per hour for the group? And that is obviously very important to people who are boosting characters. You even see that in Maradon right now, people are willing to pay more gold for the larger mob boosts, even if they take a little longer, because people are, they only have 30 dungeons they can do per day, so they want to maximize the XP that they can get each day. So all these things are things to keep in mind when it comes to actually boosting characters and selling boosts. But again, like I'm saying, guys, mages are going to be really good at boosting, but paladins are not going anywhere. Paladins, I still think, are going to have a very nice place in open world farming or specific dungeon farming where they're making gold, things like doing Stratholme or Scholomance, ways that they can make gold really quickly on their own, solo farming. But when it comes to leveling boosting, I really think mages are still so strong at this, mainly because they can gather up mobs very efficiently because they have slows, whereas paladins, you know, taking so much damage running through an entire instance to be able to help out boosties, because obviously it's harder for boosted characters to run through dungeons at lower levels, and also people that are getting boosted, they're paying you and they're in a sense wanting to make it as easy for them as possible. So being able to AFK at the very front of a dungeon is nice for them in that sense, and it's harder for paladins to be able to run through an entire dungeon and bring the mobs all the way back to the front. So I do think mages are going to still be the kings of level boosting, probably even in the TBC dungeons. We'll have to see. It might be that they have to pull smaller packs, but if we see anything with the new beta meta of using mages in slave pens, even with the AOE cap in place, mages are still able to do this. It's obviously a bit harder and more challenging, but I still think that we have a lot of really determined and smart players in classic WoW and also moving into classic beta, that people are going to find ways to figure out how to do these farms efficiently on mages still. I just think mages toolkit enables them to do these kind of things much easier than paladins in a lot of cases. But like I'm saying, paladins still have their place, but I thought I'd share this video with you guys, show you that it's still possible. Don't give up hope if you are a mage player in being able to make a lot of gold in TBC or being able to level up alts, all that kind of stuff. Mages are still very viable. And like I said, if anything, the spell batching really makes mage feel a lot more responsive. So hopefully this video was helpful, guys. If you have anything else that you want me to test out in the beta, definitely let me know. I'm not really leveling any characters. I know a lot of people want druid stuff, so the next thing I'm going to do is probably compare Resto Druid live spells, so spells that are in the game right now, and how they feel on the beta, just giving people kind of a sense of that when they go into the pre-patch or beta. But if there's anything else you want me to test, definitely let me know in the comments, because like I said, I'm not really focusing on leveling. I'd rather just test things, because I don't really want to burn myself out on leveling, since I'm going to have to do that when the game actually hits later on. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will catch you all in the next video. Take care.